Welcome to Merrick's Dabbling Path. What's up, Vivek? How's it going?
Going good, Merrick. How about you?
Not too bad. You're using your headset? Should have checked with
Yes,
you.
I am.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Why isn't it clear enough? Is it?
I mean, it's clear. I thought I was hearing some ambient sounds as well. It's all good. What's been happening? I think now it's what, like, after speaking after 2 to 3 weeks again now?
I think 2 weeks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad, dude. It's going well. Just got done with work sometime. Yes, and the weekend begins. So looking
Yeah.
forward to it now.
Yeah, and you were telling me last time you've been doing 2 jobs. You're still doing that now?
Yes, I'm still doing that.
Nice, nice.
But yeah,
Managing
it's
your time
flexible.
well.
Trying my best. But yeah, I have some of those days where
It gets
it's
a
too
bit.
much.
Yeah. That's even like I think I was telling you last time itself. Yeah, even I've been not exactly doing basically doing 2 jobs itself, but it's not so hectic for me as well. Like a little bit, like small projects come by,
Okay.
small assignments, kind of stuff. Yeah,
And
and
how's
then
the
you say, you're saying.
No, I was saying, how's the crypto thing going on the side?
That's
Have you
going.
started? Yeah.
That's going well. Yeah, like I keep
Mhm.
like looking into it every other day, and then at the same time, I was telling you I'm going to be joining that new firm, so I had to complete like a
Exactly.
course. Yeah, which is ongoing for now. I mean, it's not a compulsion, but like I think I like they've given me access to it, so I said I'll rather complete it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, that's good, man.
yeah. So I've been studying at the side as well. Always good to learn something.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise all good.
All good. So, what
Yeah.
plans for the weekend?
Nothing, we're still in lockdown.
Okay.
I think yeah, they want to maintain the world record like for the next pandemic as well.
No, so it doesn't always have to be you have to go out, right? Like, you
Right,
can
right,
still
right.
make the most of the
Of it,
weekend, yes.
yeah, chilling at home.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have any plans as such. We'll probably, I don't know, I haven't watched anything like a movie or any TV show or something. Maybe get into that. I don't know. Something. Yeah, I've not done that in a while. But let's see. You've been reading anything lately? Reading any new books?
I haven't had the time to read anything, but I
Okay.
have a couple of books like piled up which are just there lying, which I have to get to.
What are you thinking of reading?
So I think I think you had only recommended it was the guide to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No, I haven't.
Is
No, I haven't heard of that. No, not me then.
Oh, okay. I think that's the name of the book, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Sounds interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I had got it, but I haven't got to read it yet.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. And it's apparently a youth series, but yes.
Oh, it's a
Uh,
series of books, novel series.
yes.
Yeah.
It's by Douglas Adams, bro. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, I was just looking it up on my phone as well. Okay. Hmm.
What about you? Have you been reading anything?
Yeah, I was actually reading one. I've been reading 2 books simultaneously. I've been reading one which I just recently finished. It's called 21 Lessons That I Learned from Bitcoin. That's pretty interesting actually, because he breaks down that book into like 3 sections: philosophy, economy, and technology. And then,
Okay.
yeah, and I mean, the technology part is I found it a bit hard to grasp the whole thing. The philosophy part is like pretty interesting, and then the economy part is like even more interesting, I feel. Like I don't know, I'm interested in the economy part, like I was interested in that, but like basically it just gives like some backgrounds of some stories of like how money came out to be. You know that the first paper currency only, like we started using paper currency, the first one was introduced only in the 1860s.
I think yes, it's been
Yeah,
very recent. Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then before that it
I
was
think
all
yes, it
coins.
was a
It was like
coins,
all
correct.
gold and silver. And then what people used to do with gold and silver, which I don't know, like at least I didn't come across this like in school and stuff, but it's called shaving. So like say the coin is like in a diameter of an inch or less, like half an inch or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So people will scrape the edges out and then use that gold to make like another coin.
Okay.
So they'll reduce the
Yeah,
diameter
yeah.
of the coin, like
Mhm.
yeah, they'll chip it off from the side. So that's one way of this to make more, like basically inflating the current money system. Then another way they used to do it is I think it was called shaking or something like that. They used to just put all coins in a bag, kind of a thing, and then like shake it together and then collect the dust of it, and then like
Smart.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Man.
yeah, and then do that. And then the other one, I can't remember the term for it, but the other one, what they used to do is they used to punch a hole somewhere in the coin and then get that. So basically, they'll punch the hole, the punch hole, like that can be used separately. And then to cover that punched up hole, they used to press the coin like again, like bang it, and then cover up that hole.
Oh.
So,
So
so yeah,
that was it.
he's like that's like this was like the early days dollar shaver club. So because it's a shaving of the currency. So yeah,
Smart.
that was like yeah
Mhm.
interesting to see like how people would have still tried to make extra cash out of it. And I think you mentioned, so then there was always like how they are going to secure it, and how from people doing all of this, and like how they're going to make the currency like so that it's not easy to replicate and stuff like that. And Newton was one of the Isaac Newton was one of like the main pioneers in that,
Mhm.
and he created that. If you see, like I think it's still existing in most current coins, that the edges of the coins have some like lines or bars or something, so
Okay.
it gets harder to shave off
Mhm.
those lines and bars.
And if there is a design, you would know if it's missing, right?
Right, yeah, that was pretty interesting in that book. But other than that, like how yeah, the concept of Bitcoin and hard money and soft money and like all of that, because I was also like seeing the current inflation rate is like about 5%. That's what they say. It's at about 5%, easily more than that. But the current rate at which salaries and wages are increasing is like 3%. So we are just going to like we'll keep getting fucked.
Mm, Makes sense. We'll never
Yeah,
match up the thing. But then,
yeah,
see, that way it depends, right? Like if salary, it's the time we need we need passive incomes, we need good investments. Because
exactly,
money makes money, dude. You cannot just keep working for money. So
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was yeah trying to get to, like why we need it, like investments, and like why we need to keep like yeah security. But that's if we understand this, right? Like there'll be like thousands of
Mhm.
people that don't understand all of this, and then they find it easier to use a credit card and then screw themselves up even more.
Oh, definitely, but like, see, when we say those people, probably they have other priorities going on, you know. See, I've been in those situations where I've never cared about, like, you get it. But
Yeah,
yes,
of
I know
course.
there are a lot of people out there that are like unaware of this thing, and yes.
Yeah, that's the point. Unaware, like
Mhm.
basically. Yeah. Yeah, so that was
Mhm.
interesting. And then, yeah, I was saying, the other book that I was reading is The
Mhm.
Four Agreements, which I've like barely like finished thing. But have you heard of this one?
No,
Don Miguel,
bam.
for
Don
the
Miguel. Wow, that like some narcos guy. Or?
yeah, he's Mexican actually, but he comes from a race like you know how the Mayans have been existent and like you know, so there's another like there was another culture or another people called the I'll have to Google this. I can't pronounce it. The Totes, something like that. So he comes like from a lineage of those people. Don Miguel. Let's see. Toltec. So the Toltec people.
Toltec.
So he comes like
Mm.
yeah, like so he comes from a lineage of Toltec people, and he's this is like Toltec wisdom. So it's like a similar to the Aztecs and the Mayans and all that. So there's another type of people called the Toltecs, and yeah, it's pretty basic, but it gets deep. Like there's just four agreements, but like he like breaks it down like how you get behind these four agreements and like how you break down like of what we've learned from culture and like how culture has shaped us, not only culture like basically like yeah culture you could say, but basically like society and culture, like how's it come about to shape our mindsets and stuff like that, like and from like he calls it domestication of humans, like how from like from the time we are
That's a
small,
good way. Yes.
yeah, like we are probably like he's like it's the same way we domesticate an animal like a pet, like it's like on the principle of punishment and reward, the same thing that happens to us like throughout childhood, and then we get so good at it that we start domesticating ourselves, like we think what is good and what is bad, and then and like what is our punishment where we feel like shit, and then reward and stuff like that, yeah. That was like just the brief that I touched about it, but yeah, it's not a really big book, but yeah, I still need to
No,
get
but
into it.
that literally reminds me of a story.
Yep.
Like it's one of those where this guy he's walking his two donkeys home,
Okay.
and he's passing a river, and he's like he feels like taking a dip, and he just has one rope.
Okay.
So he's confused how to leave the both the donkeys there, like
Right, right.
the
I
other one
remember you
just
telling me this
untied.
before, but let's do it on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so those guys. I think I told you, yeah, but
Yeah,
then
yeah,
yeah, it
yeah,
would make sense
obviously.
because it actually went with this thing
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
that
yeah.
he
No,
said.
no, no, repeat, yeah.
Yeah. So he sees there one guy sitting there close to the river and he's just meditating. So apparently we'll call him the wise man over here.
Okay.
So he goes to the guy and then he just calls him. He just asks him, he's like, could you look at my like take keep off my donkey right here until I take a quick bath. So the wise man is like, no, like I'm doing something right here. Like he asked him if he was free and like if he was like, no, I'm meditating and like so I'm concentrating on something else for which I wouldn't be able to keep an eye. But then he's like, I see you have a rope. Why don't you just tie them? So he's like, but how? I just have one, and I don't know how to do with the other one. What to do with the other one? So he says, okay, what you do is you make sure you go tie the first donkey to the tree and make sure the other donkey is looking that while you're tying the first donkey. And then what he does is and then he says, tells him that do the same thing to the other donkey. Just act that you're tying him, but just act like you don't have a rope, but just act.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. So he goes there and he does that. And he's like, first, he doesn't believe that this would work.
Yep.
But he ties the first donkey. He does just the acting of tying the other donkey there.
Yeah.
Now, the first donkey, because he's tied, he tries to move in the beginning and he can see he just pulls, like he gets pulled and he sits back.
Yep.
So the other donkey, just when he's tied, just being that, he just looks at it and agree, like he doesn't move and he just sits over there. This guy goes up, takes a bath, and he comes back and everything, and he's like, okay, both are sitting over there.
Yep.
And then he unties the donkey who is tied, and he's like, okay, let's go. But the other donkey doesn't move. So he's like, so he goes back to that guy who's sitting over there. He's like, my other donkey is not getting up. So he's like, did you untie him? So he's like, he's like, only we know, like, he doesn't, I didn't tie him with a rope, like,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
he's like, yeah, so the wise man is like, "Yeah, I know that and you know that. Like he does, like the donkey doesn't know. And the whole concept was that is the biggest prisons are the ones we are like we
We
believe that
create
the
for ourselves.
boundaries, yes, the boundaries we create for ourselves, it's like it's us. It
Right,
doesn't exist.
right, right,
So
right.
yes, it's just by seeing others we've created these boundaries or the situations or everything, and then yes, so we cannot exceed that. But yeah, it was a good reminder for me as well, man. It must have been some time I told you this.
Yeah, yeah. But that's, yeah, that's good. Actually, yeah, like we'll like a monkey see, monkey do kind of a thing as well. But like how we create our own boundaries based on other people's experience.
Oh, so see, it's everything who we are is where we've been, what we've eaten,
Exactly.
correct?
You're right.
So your environment is what makes you, right? Like
Yep.
besides the food that you eat and what you're becoming with your body, but your
Hmm.
mind is structured from birth, I think. It's just like how quickly does a child has to learn? Like if you think of it, how quickly does a child has to learn to adapt to society? Like as soon as it's born and like since then
Yep.
he's just absorbing most of the things that's going on. Like you don't teach everything to the kid,
Right.
right? Most of the thing he absorbs just by looking everywhere, and like there are thousands of rules to still live in this world if you go to see like how we do things and like everything. The kid is not like he's absorbing this by the people what they are doing around him, and that is like the foundation of, how do you say, of how you take your life ahead, right?
Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah. I remember like hearing something like really early on in my life. Uh, Probably like I don't know. I think it's been 20 years since 9/11.
mhm,
Yeah. So probably around then, I think around then we would have been 20 years younger back then. So like around 10 or something like that. Uh, it was like what is the reality for like Osama bin Laden's kid, like, and like what is your reality, like what all he has to see, and like what all is right for him, like, and what all is wrong,
mhm,
like the right and wrong for him is like way different from the right and wrong for like for me or for you, or like, you know.
mhm. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
There is
he's
no
been,
virtuous path. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
there's no virtues path. Yeah. 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 I so the four agreements, it's coming to it, like,
Mm-hmm.
since the agreements, I think pretty straightforward. You don't have to like go through the whole book to reach the agreements. Like if you can, you Google it and it's right there, and like it's in the cover of the book as well. So one is be impeccable with your speech, or with your word rather. So
Be
like,
impeccable with your word.
yeah,
Okay.
like, so it, like you break it down to like speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using words to
Mm-hmm.
speak against yourself or gossip about others. Use the power of word in the direction of truth and love. Yeah. Then the second one is do not take anything personally, which is like a big one, right?
Oh, definitely yes.
Yeah. We always like, oh, we'll be thinking it like in from a viewpoint of what others are thinking of us, like, so. But then like nothing what others say or do is because of you, like.
That- yeah, that's like how to avoid a bad acid trip.
True, true. You get like stuck, like you'll just have like face someone's reaction, but those trips were like really like an eye opener for all of this, right?
Oh
because
yes, yeah.
because you realize like, oh, like that guy must be in a worse, I mean, like in terms of like of where our minds have gone, you could be
Mm-hmm.
like, that, like if you're thinking like like something bad's happening to you, and then you reach out to someone else, and then you get like
Mm-hmm.
like a like a not so good reaction, or like you might not even get their, like you are not even able to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
You just reflect back on yourself and you'll be like, oh shit, like that guy must be like in a worse shithole than me, like, or is like must be tripping way harder than me, like, or something like that, right?
See, see, still, see, that is your perception, right? Like, see, when you see
It
it on
could
a
be.
whole, it's on a whole is how you see that if his reaction or how he. how your mind perceives his reaction is what you're
Right,
deciding on.
right, right,
Like it is like over here, it's just you. The other guy is doesn't matter. Like see, everything external is just happening. It's you who's experiencing it, correct?
right.
You decide how you're experiencing these external things. Besides the fact someone's like doing anything, like I can't even put like anything. It's on you to make how you're deciding the what that experience is to you.
Mm. Yep.
And this is yes, it's
Understood. Yeah.
that's one perception itself.
Understood.
Like you
Understood.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because see the words when we should stop using this good, bad, wrong. Like how do you say like see this is what is the constructive, so like how we've constructed the society around us with these words. Okay, this is good, this is bad, and that. Like the more you use these words, the more you think that okay, there is a definitive line between what should be done, what should not be done,
Right.
and it just creates, yes, I don't know, I think it digs a hole in our conscious subconsciousness
Mm.
while we make decisions and if how we take risks and how we move ahead.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing something on the lines like don't speak something on the lines like even don't speak bad about yourself or don't put yourself down like in terms of like when you're speaking to yourself or in terms when you're speaking about yourself to others, like the warrior inside is listening, like don't speak like bad about yourself, like yeah.
That's a very good way to see
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
also, but then there are like a lot of things that relate to this, right? Like I'm not sure that have you heard of this person called Greg Braden?
No, no.
So Greg Braden is a guy. I'm not sure if he's a physicist or he he is pretty well educated, but uh, okay, he is just an author. Okay, but anyway, so this guy's whole concept is how our thoughts are like they literally have energy, and how our heart is the EM the it's like literally giving out the EMP for these thoughts, every thought we have. Like we have a thought and we feel it, and the heart gives out a like a electromagnetic pulse, like a proper frequency out towards the world. And he has done this like through this
Through
is what he
science.
says about, yeah, through science, like
Okay.
proper science. And he has these like he'll compare these theories, and he's done this like practically done it in villages where he used to have these sessions, repeat words, and like repeat these how do you say, like the law of attraction in a way, but
Correct.
kind of by taking action rather than just like sitting. And but yes, it was more about what you said and how you perceived the external world and how it changed to whatever you wanted to.
Right. Right.
And there are so many things that relate to this, like I can't even like there are a lot of books that I've probably read about these
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
so it all relates to the same thing, that how much power
Yeah.
we have in our mind. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think something that you were saying a bit earlier as well, like it's like oh, like we are of what we experience and of the food we eat and this thing, but it's also like of and what we like how we consume like whatever like in terms of consume in the sense like how we consume thoughts and how we consume like books or whatever we consume and like whatever we are putting in
100%,
a in terms of
100%.
yeah ideologies and stuff like that, and that shapes us like even more I feel. But I think you've heard of Scott Adams.
Scott Adams, I cannot remind myself of, no.
You would have seen. I think he's that famous cartoonist who does like in the newspapers. There used to be like this Gilbert and something. I can't
Hmm.
remember if you.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like a very like amateurish cartoon shaped thing in the papers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy is he's Scott Adams, and he talks about affirmations like being positive, like of like believing in yourself kind of a thing, and like he's
Mm-hmm.
experimented with it. So he's like he was not a good cartoonist, and like he thought like let's give it a shot, like he knows a thing he's like worked in the business world, he
Mm-hmm.
can draw amateur stuff, and like he started to experiment this creating this Gilbert and whatever, and he became like one of the like most famous cartoonists for the newspapers like back then. Then he thought like, okay, he'll give stock markets a try, and like he'll just use the power of affirmations, and like he had like heaps of success in the stock market, like just through like the power of positive thinking, he calls it. And this is something that he had learned from his mom. So yeah.
No, man,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Yeah, see, that
Yeah.
was see
uh,
something he picked up that early, and
you're right.
yeah,
And he also talks about how we are like like our brains are pattern recognition machines, and like not like what we think of it, like it's like more of it like we observe patterns, and like I mean, and then we assume that the same thing would be the outcome for the next, and we need to see like beyond that as well, like if that makes any sense, like
no, that does make
yeah.
sense. Yes.
Yeah. and and another good thing that he pointed out was like we look at the world, or we experience the world through filters, like we'll have like different filters on, and like that's how like just like say to like if the two of us were to see something happening, like and based on like what's going on in our head, we would experience it differently, right?
100%, yes.
Hmm. So, yeah.
That's exactly right. Like, see,
Yeah.
even if we are looking at the same thing that's happening right in front of us, probably it's resonating joy in us or fear or anything.
Mm,
It all like, despite the fact, even if we are laughing at the same thing, dude. Like, the thing is literally like I'm taking it in a different way. You're taking, and it's reminding you of different things. It's reminding me of different things.
right, right.
But the act we are doing is the same.
True.
Is
True.
laughing. Yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Makes sense. You want me to tell you the other? Oh no, what was it? You want me to tell you the other? What's it? Agreements?
Oh yeah, please go on, dude. Agreements, right? These, I think we talked about two of them, three of them,
Yes, two of them. So we
two
talk
of them.
about be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, and then the other one is don't make assumptions. Yeah, just don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Uh, with just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life, it seems. Okay.
Which one? Which one is that?
Don't make assumptions.
Oh, that one is the assumption is the mother of all fuck ups. Like that is,
Yeah.
and yeah. So I think I learned that sometime back. Yeah, despite I still like
Make us.
paranoia. I think
Yeah.
is the source of, yeah. Assumption leads to paranoia, and like it's a different
But
yeah.
yeah, coming back to like that Scott Adams thing, like we are pattern recognition machines. Like that's what assumptions are, right? Like we'll try to put that same pattern that we experienced before like into these things, and assume like, oh, this is going to be the outcome from it. I remember Melissa telling me something as well. Like she used to go for her yoga school, and like yeah, that's something she learned over there as well. And like assume, like this, the way assume is spelled. So don't
Ass.
assume. Yeah. So
Sorry.
don't make a ass of you and me.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Yes.
know that.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good way to see it too.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't say that we don't do it. Like we are probably doing it every other day
Oh,
as
we are
well.
all
Yeah.
like, see, I am, see, as when I say this, I do like nothing wrong, but yes, we are all hypocrites, dude. Like,
Yep.
we are
Yep.
all like agree or don't agree or agree to disagree, but yes, like
Right.
this, we are all hypocrites. How much ever gyan I give, how much ever things I tell you, oh,
Right.
this is good, this is good, how much ever knowledge I've assumed, when it comes to reality, I face my own issues. I have my
True.
own things to deal with. I have that same narrow perception sometimes, which I need someone to remind me that, okay. So, yes, reality
and
is
and
very
doing this
different.
is like a good way to remind yourself as well, right? Like these conversations that we have, and like
Oh, 100%. And
yeah,
not just
that's
conversation. This is what is to get people to make sure that the people around you, like, this is what you say now, an environment makes you. So, it, like, like, how mentally strong and how thing you are is depends also on the environment you are in.
right.
And oh, yes, because at the end, like, we are social animals, yeah.
Hmm.
Everyone needs some kind of validation.
Yep. And I'll go for the last one. Last one is pretty straightforward. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy and when you're sick. Under under any circumstances, simply do your best, and you will avoid self judgment, self abuse, and regret. Mm.
Perfect, man. Perfect. That is so, so true.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to get through that book. Yeah. I mean,
No, no, yes,
yes.
yes.
You've read, like, obviously I think you've read way more than I've read. Like I've just got I dive into reading and then I dive out, and I'm probably never consistent into it. But what are like
No,
some
I.
top five books that you think, like, if you had to select five books that you would like go back to or recommend to someone?
Oh, so see, I like as you said, compared to me, you haven't read much. Like me, compared to the people I know who read, I have read nothing.
Of course,
So
of
yeah,
course.
so compared read five books would be very easy. But then, so I went through a phase actually some years back where I had the time and I had like long commutes and everything where I could,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going through existential crisis. I don't know that's something, but yeah. So I had that much everything. I wanted to know why I am the way I am.
True.
And yeah, so I think the first book I read during that time was the autobiography of a yogi.
Yep.
And it was tough to get through that because, oh, it is one of those books that tells you like you are everything. Like, you could do anything and everything, and it is all in your mind to control and like how like you can materialize things like literally like it you see. And then me being where I was at that time, it was it
Right.
used to put me down sometimes. It used to give me strength, but yeah, but so that was one of them. And then yep,
Uh,
Paulo Coelho's I think
Alchemist.
Aleph. Alchemist, I had read it long time ago.
Okay.
So Alchemist is always on the top. Like it's a pretty
Yeah.
good dude. It's always one of those
Pretty
books.
straightforward. Pretty nice to like. I mean, like, pretty easy to digest in The Alchemist. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You were saying Paulo Coelho's which one?
Yeah. So there's the other book is Aleph. So
Aleph. No, I haven't
yeah,
read.
So in this book he's going on a journey actually throughout. He's on this Trans-Siberian train,
Okay.
and he's going through rush the Trans-Siberian like what the whole thing called? I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, through Russia and visiting all those small
Siberia
cities
and
through
all that.
Siberia and
Yeah.
yes, like that whole.
The Soviet Union, basically. That's what you were trying to say.
Yeah, I think I'm forgetting the name. Those that whole thing is called something, and
Soviet
yeah, yeah.
Union.
No, 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 not Soviet Union. Soviet Union, like no,
Okay.
that's not something I was looking to
Yeah.
use. I
Anyways,
don't
yeah.
think I would ever use Soviet Union because I never existed at that time when they did, and I never had like
Right.
I
Right.
can't even like history is yeah. But anyway, so coming back, so yes, he's going on this journey, and then yes, it's pretty like there. I'll just pick one small thing from there, and I'll say
Yeah.
it's a story where he has a I'm not sure if the person is Japanese or Chinese, but he's a jujitsu instructor, if I'm correct. If I'm
Okay.
correct, it
Okay.
is so he's carrying him because they are going on this long train journey, right? This Paulo Coelho has to be active, like he has to do something to keep himself, and he's going through these cities where he's stopping and he's doing the publication of the book that he's writing. Like that's the whole thing.
Okay.
So and he like I'm not sure what kind of like writing that's called, but yeah, it's pretty good. Like he's talking about the whole journey while he's doing this, and and then in that he'll put these other stories that tells you what Aleph and how things give you this
So he
small
was so
doses.
yeah. So he's traveling to like for publication of his other book, like, and he's writing this book at the same, like, he's
Yes, yes, and he's
wow.
talking. No, he's yes, he's writing. He's talking about the journey in this book, and
Right.
he's
Right. Right.
putting all those experiences, and then he's relating those experiences to other stories that happened before, and then because actually there are a lot of books, so like there's a series of books of his. I'm not sure if you've read any, but then there is like he's written a lot of these books on the same line, on the
I,
same thought process, kind of.
yeah, I've read obviously Alchemist, and I've read
Mhm.
The Road to Santiago.
Okay, The Road to Santiago. No, I haven't
So
read that yet.
that's another journey that people used to take. So it's a journey that people used to take. I can't remember. I think it was from basically like
Mhm.
Catholics and Christians used to take to this holy place. So it's like a pilgrimage, but it was like a horseback or a walking pilgrimage that used to go. And then he
Oh,
talks about like all these, like, it's not about like getting to the destination, but it's like
mhm.
that path,
Uh,
like the struggles in the path, and it's all about that. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like there's that so reminded me, I think, of the other book also, the manuscript of Accra. It's written by him as well. Do you know about it?
No, I have not like dived into most of his books. Yeah.
Sorry, it's manuscript found in Accra. So it's literally if you've read The Prophet by Khalil Gibran.
Khalil
Have you
Gibran,
read that?
yeah, that book you recommended to me like probably like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and yeah, that was like a really interesting book. I probably gifted that book to few other people as well.
Yeah, so that this is like the modern version of it, like
Okay,
Paulo
okay,
Coelho's version of the same thing.
nice. Yeah, I think I need to
Like,
check that out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. It's just a different setting, or probably he's at the same mountain preaching. I'm not even sure, but yeah,
Okay,
it's the
okay.
concept is the same thing. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah. So you should check that out. Yes.
Yeah, surely.
Hmm. But yeah, I think we on that Aleph thing, right? He
Right,
was in
right,
this
right.
journey, and then he had this jujitsu trainer with him who was, and he got into a pretty good relationship with him, like throughout the journey. Like, they had
Yep.
become like good friends, and so he could see this man's trouble as well, where this guy was very uptight with the jujitsu. Like, he was strong in structure and everything, but he was very how do you say? I can't say rigid with his flow, but very stiff with like that's how he puts it, or that's how I think mine. Like I don't even remember exactly. Like, and it's been very long since I read that book.
Okay.
But then anyway, so he's like, I want to have, I want to do an exercise for you, and he takes them out, and they are like, literally, they have stopped somewhere, and then outside the railway station, he just takes them for a coffee, and it's pretty cold wherever they are.
Okay.
Uh, so he goes there, they grab a coffee, he comes and he just steps out, and he's like, okay, do you want to drink that? Like, can we sip this coffee quickly? And like, he makes him also quick sip the coffee quickly, and then he tells him to pour the rest out. And then he tells him, you go across the street and you sit over there with your coffee cup, just holding up. Like, just sit with your coffee cup. And while he's saying this, he's like, before he says this, he refers to a story where he used to do this when he was young. Okay, when he was in young and whenever he used to do this. So he's like, he used to sit with a cup at the end of the road, and we'll see. And then let people come by, and then like, no, I'm not telling you to beg, don't ask for money. But if people drop money in your cup, let them drop.
Okay.
Like, don't stop them from doing it.
Okay.
And he's like, are you like, we have enough? Like, why do you want me? He's like, it's not about the money. Just do like, like. So he does that exercise with him, whatever. And then I think they sit for like around whatever, like an hour or something. And then he sees like a lot of people who were passing by. They dropped something or the other. They gave him a smile. Some looked at him with pity. Some like the first person when he dropped, he felt really like angry or whatever. Like,
Yep.
he's talking about how this person was getting the feeling. But throughout one hour, he was okay with what was happening. The people who were dropping money, they were probably smiling, or like, he was paying more attention on the people who were dropping the money.
Yep. Understood.
And then he comes and he's like, how do you feel? He's like, uh, how in the beginning when I sat with that feeling, I don't feel that feeling anymore.
Mm.
That I was going to beg, and I don't feel that anymore. I
Yep.
kind of feel that I feel I don't feel bad. Like I don't feel like I did something where I should be ashamed. Like, how guilt, like you're begging or like despair.
Right,
So
right,
he's
right.
like, the reason why that is because you were not begging. He's like, those people had to give, like they had to give to feel good. Like it was their act, like it is their, like when someone is even a donation or anything, that is
Hmm.
it's towards, okay, I'm doing it for a cause or they need it, but also the act of you are doing it is because you need
To
or you
give.
would like, or like that feeling that creates in you, right? Like to give, you get that feeling, right, Malik?
Right,
Like
right, right, right.
everyone gets that, right? To service people, like do a
Yeah,
service for
yep.
people or like anything. And being someone from a really, like, how do you say, very active part or like physical part of life, I'd say, like that Jesus teacher, like it was a very good thing, like eye opener for him to see like these kind of thing, like this is an act of help as well to other people, to accept help. Like this was the whole thing, like you need to accept help, like because it's not even it's not always because you need it, it's because the person who's helping you needs to help.
Understood. Yeah, yeah. Quite interesting. Yeah. I need to. What's the book's name again?
Aleph.
Aleph. Okay.
Yeah, Aleph. Yeah. And with a PH.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm not even sure how many books did I tell you already. So,
I think it. I think autobiography of a yogi and now Aleph.
yes. But then I should add Alchemist as well. Alchemist is
Yeah, of course.
one of the, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But then I would also like to add one of the recent books, which is not very old, but then yes, it's regarding uh, the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Oh, right. You were
You
telling me
remember that?
last time. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that is a really good book. So
Okay.
that's not the full name of the book as well. It's the
Yeah.
subtle art of not giving a fuck, a counter-intuitive approach to life.
Mm.
So yeah, most people assume that okay, it's just a book that tells you not to care about anything or something of that sort, but it's totally opposite. It's regarding how you care about few things or something so much that you don't give a fuck about the rest.
Mm. Mm.
And how you get those things, like you get it, and in a very good way, like it talks about, yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
it
So
gives you a
that's
good
four.
perception. Yes, yes, those are four books. The fifth book, okay, I'm now this is, there are a lot of, actually there are many that I would
Yeah, of course.
like
Yeah.
to put
Yeah.
over here, but then yes, uh, mm, this is not coming soon, but yeah, I want to put one of those fun books that actually I like, one of those fictions that I actually enjoyed. But yeah, Harry Potter, dude.
Oh, okay. The Harry Potter series, of course. Yeah. Why not?
Oh, dude, like I can't believe how like Harry Potter series was. I grew with it, man. Like,
Right.
and it
Right.
was
Right.
like, yeah, it was exactly that age where I was in, where that book was like Harry Potter, like, and the boarding I was in. I
You were
could
in a
relate
boarding as well.
everything.
Right.
Yes,
Right. Right. Right.
it is very relatable, and yeah,
Yeah.
I still watch it sometimes for pure nostalgia.
That's good. Yeah. That's nice. There's like, yeah, Harry Potter fans all over the world. Yeah. Probably watching it again and then again.
Oh, definitely, no?
Yeah,
Like
we.
it's,
I think over here in Melbourne, they. I mean, probably there as well. They do like a live show of it, like what's it called? A theater act of it.
okay.
Yeah, of the movie.
Nice, like a play or
Like a
like,
play,
yeah.
like a play. Yeah, like a play. Mm.
No, there are other things, right? Like, there are other books, like I think Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and these other small books, which actually are play based. They are not movies, but they
Hmm.
are like actual plays. Which, so yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah. If I had to think of, like, I probably, as I said, I've not read a lot.
But come on, yes, your top five books. Let's go for it.
I think it's like I'll say like one of the books would be the Bhagavad Gita by Eknath Ishwar. I think there's like a
Okay, different
few.
author, huh?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. There's a few.
Like, yeah.
Cause no, cause I mean, there's like the direct translation of. Because it's translated so many times, like from different languages, right? Like it's translated from Sanskrit originally, but like then it's translated to English, and then I think it loses some of its meaning in the process. But I feel like I've
Hmm.
checked out the other one, like which is the most like common. I can't remember. It's like an ashram where and they produce like these copies of the Gita. But yeah, I think that Eknath Ishwar's translation is like really good. Like little deeper into it. Yeah. So yeah, that book is like yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like in how I mean yeah, as you said, like when I was telling you about this book some time back, where I asked you whether you read it, and he's like, no, it's mainly you were saying something on the lines of like it's about how Krishna is like making it more about himself, like me, like
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
coming
like
back to
this. So
myself.
this was so that perception was a 18. Like I don't know if you remember the full thing, but yeah, my thing was when I was like 19, 20, and I was trying to read that book when I just moved
Right.
to for my engineering, and I was like, oh, let's try. And then that's when I was went through, and then when I came back to it, it
Yeah.
made sense. So yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So have you read it recently?
Oh no, I didn't. I haven't read the full thing, but then it
Yeah.
made sense to me because when I had left it, or how much of I had read with later with experiences, I think, and then meeting
Yeah.
people, those who have a lot of faith, and I realized that okay, like probably that time I wasn't ready to accept what it is, the
Yeah, and
higher power or like
right, it gives you
something of
like
that sort, but
yeah, it's like
the source of energy.
there's not like one part to get. There's like not one. There's like so many parts, and and it's pretty like if like there are like easy like depending on where you are, like there's like different paths to reach to that higher power, that higher self. Like one of it is like you can reach through it through service. Like that's what the whole, if you go to say like the whole Ramdas Ramdas side of the people are doing like true service. And then I found like one of the other interesting things is I think I broke it down for myself as lag. But like if you give up like these three things, that is lust, anger and greed, like that is like a direct path to getting yeah,
Getting?
yeah, like in the sense like a direct path to like like transform your life or like to go beyond like how much of your action, like if you like really observe like what you're doing or what you're saying, or like how much of it is coming from lust, anger or greed. Like greed is not only monetary, right? Like so greed can be like you're greedy for attention, you're greedy for like you could be like yeah, like or even lust is not purely like you're lustful for something, but you could be lustful for food. And then anger, like anger is also like another thing, like of like how much of your action, like how much of your action, like are you doing it, like are you doing like a certain thing, like plotting against someone, like unconsciously you might be doing like you're plotting against something or plotting against like a group of people or something like that, but you're not doing it consciously. But like if you really observe it, like you need to see like, and yeah, it's like it's tiring like to keep observing like of from where your actions and your motives are coming. But yeah, like but that was like an easy thing to break down and like keep it there, like just call it lag, like lust, anger and greed. Yeah, that's from the Gita.
No, no, that's a really good way to see things, man. It
Yeah.
is. But
Mm.
then at the end, these are emotions, right? Like these all three things, emotions. They
Right.
are not actions. So emotions are mostly like the whole part is, can you control your emotions? That's where it comes, right? Like, are you
Exactly.
able to control your emotions? Like, it doesn't matter what it is, anger, like it's all happiness as well, it's joy as well. Like, are you able to control it?
Hmm.
Are you able to like, I don't know, like that's the whole part. Like, are you able
And
to stay close to the baseline without
yep.
like how high or
Uh,
low? Like,
but that comes, I think, control comes from like if you're able to observe like why something is happening, right? Like if you're
oh
able to like
yes,
separate yourself
100%.
from
Self-analysis.
right, and if you're able to separate yourself from the situation, or like you're able to separate yourself from your identity and like see why you're doing
Mhm.
something what you're doing, or like why you're reacting in such a way or whatever. And yeah,
Yes.
obviously we are like, it's easier to say all this, and like yeah, at the end of it, as you said, like we're still like hypocrites and we're still trying to develop
Oh,
ourselves.
yes, yes, yes. But
Yeah.
as we are talking regarding this Bhagavad Gita, can you, like, I want to just see how much. Do you remember what the chariot the represents? The Krishna's chariot, the chariot that he's like, the.
Are you talking about like it represents the senses? Like
Yes,
it,
yes, yes.
yeah, yeah.
So you know the whole concept of how that thing works, like, so how you said right now, like lag,
Mm-hmm.
and then all this thing, that
Mm.
is where, like, if, like, that is the
I,
foundation of where you can control your,
I
how your emotions.
yeah, yeah. I think the chariot. I mean, I think that the chariot had like 5 horses. Yeah.
Yes, so chariot has the whole concept is where the chariot itself is your body. Like, you have
Right.
to differentiate, right? Like, this person, this consciousness that who was talking is not the body. You get it? That
It,
is the soul.
right.
So the soul is on a ride on the chariot, which is the body, and the five senses are the 5 horses.
Horses. Exactly.
Now
Yep.
the in the body, the part of, like, the all different parts of the chariot are your body, and then
Mm-hmm.
the person. I forget what is
The
it called? The
person,
person who
the
rides
rider,
it.
the rider. We
Not the
call it the
rider. The
rider.
rider. Okay,
Huh?
oh, we'll call it the rider.
Okay,
Okay,
it's not the rider, but it's like the
but the person
charioteer.
who's controlling
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
controlling the 5 horses is the ropes of the five.
Yeah. Yep.
So, like, that is your mind,
That is
right?
the mind. Yep.
And yes, so like that in where it's said, right? Like, mind is a beautiful master, but a dangerous. Sorry, a beautiful slave, but a dangerous
It's
master.
true. True. Yeah.
Yes. So that's it. So if you know, if you're controlling, if your mind, you can control those 5 senses, then you will definitely, like, at all times, you will be able to go where you want to go
Mm.
with not being distracted by these emotions or by situations. But
Yep.
yes, if you let your senses feel, and then yeah, that's when you give into your emotions, right? When you
Right.
let your desire of those senses take over, or you let each horse run its own course,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll be on a, how do you say, adventurous journey, I would say.
Yep.
Like the unknown, yes.
Uh, so yeah, that's one of the books. Then the other one, yeah, I'll obviously put The Alchemist in there.
Mhm.
That's two. Out. Mm, can't think. I'll put this the book that I was currently reading in there. The 21 lessons I learned from Bitcoin. I think that's the title of the book. It's pretty interesting of like how uh, of where we are going as society, and like how this thing that was created, and like the person who created it, like a little background on that as well. Like he could have been like what he's designed is like so powerful, and like and how like all like he is considered, or I'm saying he because he himself, like the person who created it, we don't know whether it's a he, she, or a group of people, or like I like how this guy puts it in the book also, it's like artificial intelligence that traveled back in time to create this.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Hard.
yeah, so so like whoever's created, he refers to himself as like a he, and he calls him like as Japanese, so sticking to that, we'll stick with an he. But he himself, like to design all of this, like he had to be knowledgeable, he had to be like he had to think about like how it's going to, like the thing is like how it's going to affect society as a whole, like why this decentralized currency, like why is it like hard currency, like sound money, like you know the concept of sound money. Like at
No.
the moment we are not using sound money, like because whenever the government wants to, they can print more money, and that is what inflation is, right? So inflation is like when the government is printing, so every year they are printing 3% to 4% more, or whatever it is, so that is inflation in like a very like easy to understand format, but that's what inflation is. But that devalues the people who are actually using the money, so like because of that, like that's why the price of So that's why the buying power of a dollar would go down. And I remember someone like recently coming across something. That's why it's not a $1 shop anymore now. It's a $2 shop. It's not a dollar shop anymore now. It's a $2 shop because the
That's
buying power is like going low. And like how this guy like created this currency, keeping all of this in mind, and like and then at the and then the whole thing of him disappearing, like that was required for this to actually grow. He could have been there and been taking like the praise and like all of that came with it, right? But like for him disappearing, like that was the best thing that was to happen to this currency. And another thing is like you'd say gold is sound. Like we'll say there's like if you put physics into it, like there's only a certain amount of gold that is on earth, right? Like even like if you get uh, and there's like a certain amount that people are holding, and like as and if gold is used as a currency, like based on like the value going up, say we don't know how much is there. We can assume, like through science we could assume how much gold is there on earth, but yeah, we don't know exactly. And like say we if gold is used as a currency again, there's like I think like it said like the women in India hold like have most of the gold reserves in like in compared to anyone in the world. So if like the gold price keeps going up, but then there'll be incentive for people who are holding gold to sell more gold, then bringing the price back down, right? Like that's what happened. But another thing that also would affect the gold standard would be like if the gold price going up, there's an incentive for gold mining, like to improve, right? Like there'll be an incentive for gold, and there'll be like new technologies. There'll people like there'll be an like a greater incentive to venture out into the oceans and like like have these mines like really deep down in the oceans and like try to get it out from there and like from all this. So there's no top cap as such, like of how much gold is ever going to be there, so the price fluctuation will be there. But with Bitcoin there's only going to be 21,000 Bitcoins. So that creating like there's a top cap. So as demand increases, the price of it would increase. So there's no inflation. So I think it's like one of the most sound currencies that were ever created. So that yeah, and like to dig deeper into that book is like why like different concepts of like how it is secure and like like I'm as I said, I was not like really able to break the computer science part of it. But one thing is like for someone to hack it, he put it down like in basic like simple to understand terms. Like they'll need, I forgot that term, but basically you'll need such a powerful computer to hack into the Bitcoin system, that to run that computer, it's there's like a scientific phrase for it, but I can't remember. You'll need to basically succumb, like you'll need to get the power of an entire star to power that computer.
And that is from today's knowledge, right?
Yeah, that is from today's knowledge. Yeah, like
And what about tomorrow or day after? Like how in the 90s and how we, like, especially our generation's Merrick, like from where we come from. Sorry,
right,
I'm just being here like a
critic.
proper
Yeah,
critic. Yeah, yeah. Because anyway, like, see, the whole concept comes from money and currency, so it's very interesting. But then this is the whole thing, right? Like how we have seen change, like how for us, like back in the day, you couldn't have imagined having such a phone or like anything. Like we
right,
when
right,
we were growing up, like what we saw, man, like how we had to go out, like we what technology we had. So
right.
how quickly technology caught up, do you know, like how it multiplied, like it
True,
literally
true.
grew, like it wasn't like 1 2 3, it was like 1 to the square, and it just kept squaring itself. Like that's how it goes. So the bigger
Right,
the number, the bigger the thing is. So right now there could be a computer that is like you probably needs like a 200, like 2000 hectare place, kind of like, that kind of power to beat it right now. But tomorrow
right.
that could have been done in one basement. Like, does that make sense? But anyway,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm not
But
trying to be
at the
that thing, but
no,
then
no, no. I
yeah,
understand what you're
sorry.
saying, but at the same time, like as it's not like the concept, like the technology behind Bitcoin is like fixed. It is fixed in a way, but people like are allowed to develop on it as well. And how that works is like as they are developing, it's like everyone who's using it has to agree. So it's like a very it's that's what decentralization is, right? So it's
Yes.
like very slow, But if everyone agrees and they know that, oh, this is going to be like a positive chain, and then the new, like it keeps improving. And now if you've heard of the you heard of Lightning Network that's built on the Bitcoin thing.
No.
So this is, I think a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, they Twitter integrated the Lightning Network. So now, without so people don't need to understand the whole concept of how Bitcoin works and everything like that. But you have a Twitter account. It's I think for now it's only on iOS, so that's Apple or
Mm.
iPhones. But if you have a Twitter account and someone else has a Twitter account, you can send them money through Twitter, and it'll go there in an instant. So there's so basically the guy who is called Jack Mollers, who's one founder of this company called Stripe. So yeah, how he says it, he's like Western Union and Visa and Mastercard, like they're all going to like Visa and Mastercard charge like 2% or 2% interest. I mean not interest but 2% commission on like any sales done through their network. So but now there's not going to be all of that charge, because basically he can decide and he said he can decide to charge 0.005% if he wants, but he's going to keep it for free for now, and people can do all of this like over that and people can basically transfer money over the Bitcoin technology without needing to know, and you can remit to anyone anywhere, an instant remittance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yeah, so
You just telling you like hearing you like this now, Merrick.
yeah.
Like how much you're involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much it's running. Just coming back to what we've been speaking in the previous, like in the beginning of these things.
Yep.
These things like this like these are literally two kinds of the coin, like what we spoke about. Like this is the society's thing, you get it, money, like cryptocurrency. Like it's interesting, like what is your goal from it, like your goal, like what is your goal over here, Merrick? Like from here when you're seeing this, what is the whole point of you accumulating so much knowledge about cryptocurrency? Like what is the end result? Is it like,
Dude,
rather you tell me.
yeah, it's I mean, we've been like, if I look at it from one way, like we've been like, why would like society be succumb to like powers of the government, and like all of this, like why can't it be free for people like to like I mean, I think this
You
is like a
stop
way.
talking like a politician. Sorry, I'm not. I'm talking about you, Merrick Diabrio, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
for me.
like for your personal life, what, like, what, how does it affect you on a personal daily basis? Like right now,
What
we are
is the
so
point?
involved in this.
What is the
Society
point
has
of
created. Yeah,
like
yeah.
like making it too personal? It's not about like being like too personal about it. It's like like even like if you're going to be like making something too personal about it, like what is the point? Like as you said, like we are a social animal. Like it's more about like how it is going to be better like for this for the people who come in the future. Like we've probably spoke about like of the purpose, like we've probably spoken about what is the purpose of life back like 8 years ago, but it's like how, like if we are not going to push for it now, how it is not going, like if you're not going to, like there's not going to be people like
What are
developing on
we
this,
pushing for? Like that is the like like
like
is there like the
like a
money?
decentralization, like yeah, like of how like
No,
the
okay,
concept
the
of.
I get it, makes
Hmm.
sense, Merrick. Like I totally understand decentralization of that money and everything. How does that affect you on a personal basis? What will happen to you? Like you will have more money? Is that like, is this how you're
No,
talking?
that
Or
is
you'll
not.
have more access to
No, that is
something?
not the point. It's not about me. It's not about me. That's what I'm saying. Like i- that's what
So
it's
it's like a agenda out there, like how you have different agendas out there. This is like something. So coming back,
it's like
see.
it's more about the freedom of like giving back like to the. It's more about the freedom of in the
But
yeah.
this is someone is creating this, as this concept is also coming from somewhere, right? Like this whole concept of how money, like you know how things change, right? Like things, like how previously it was barter system probably, or then
Right.
coins came and this came. So do you want to be like the pioneer in this, to have known this before time and like do this, or your concept is to like like build something in this, like that is my question towards, like when we speak about these, like when you spend so much time like accumulating so much knowledge of this, what are you using that towards? Like that is my whole thing. Like we are resonating their thought, like whosever name we say, like we say, oh, this
Right.
guy says, we are resonating their thought, like
Correct.
they are achieving what they have, or like they are, like their passion or the goal for life is that, like and we keep resonating to that, we make their thought, that is it. So I'm talking about how personally it does, like when you do so much like you self analyze, right? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, how does this is affecting, or how you're making this work with your, like, towards your betterment in a personal base. That's what my thing was.
I'm not sure like what you want me to like what you want me to touch on, like how like in the sense like what how is it affecting me?
Oh, no, like affecting you as in what your goal is, like as I said, like would you like when we are like talking
Oh,
about
like
crypto.
yeah. So like, what would be like? I mean, I'm not putting
There's not a
myself
clear
in.
answer.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah. I know. I'm not
Literally I'm catching you on a spot, Merrick. Like because
understood.
I'm
Understood
literally
what you're
catching.
saying.
I'm putting you on the spot because I hear so much. Like I'm here. Like not once, but
I
then so much
mean,
about crypto, and
like
I am one of them who knows. Like I'm literally looking from an outside door into this, because
right.
as I said, talking all of these, like reading all these books has made like it like when like your thoughts have power, like all these things, then there are, you could, like, I'm not saying you could, but it depends on our environment and the people we meet and how we are looking at the world, that we're deciding to make these decisions, na? And now
Right.
you are making this decision, so I just want to know where is that coming from. That was my whole thing.
So it's yeah, as I was saying, it's like coming from like I was saying, it's like the freedom for people. Like it's like why would it's like money runs the world, right? Like if you agree on that, like money runs the world. Now if that power is in the hands of politicians, or like, and not like saying like it's in the hands of someone, like, or it's in the hands of a group of people, and they have access to printing money, or they have access to like doing whatever, and they have that power which in turn dictates a power, it in turn dictates like how other people are like living their life, and like how that is going to be affecting their, like, there's like inflation, and then like all these concepts of credit and debit and all of that, right? But if you take that power out of individuals hand, and like you leave it like on the like on a decentralized system where everyone gets to decide for themselves of like what is right, and in the sense, again, I'm saying right and wrong, but like of what has value basically, and taking that out of their hands and taking of a like of a government hand, or like of a like of a faulty actor basically, there would be more freedom in terms of like, and more value, and there'll be more value, like, and
It
and
would be
basically.
more value.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm saying this would be more value to your, like, do you think this would help? Like, as you see, I'm talking about the betterment of the people. Like, I
Yep.
remember one situation when money had gotten dem
Yeah,
demonetized. You were
demonetized.
working at the bank,
I was
right?
working at the bank
You
for that.
remember the people, like you told me these stories, right? Where these people from lower wage, like those people, those who didn't know anything about how to use technology, nothing, like these cobblers, or like
Hmm.
like that specific. I remember, like it was probably a cobbler who came with lakhs of money, like this is all I've saved.
Yeah, right.
Like, do you think this would help him? Do you think he would, like, just curious, like when you say betterment for
Right.
everyone and everything,
Right.
do you think would he benefit from your, like, this crypto and everything, like
Uh,
breaking the would, how do you see that when you talk about not personal but your, like, betterment of the
right.
people? Yeah, so please.
Yeah, of course you'd be like, you'd like have be an advantage from it, right? Like
In what way?
like in
Like
what
how
way
would
he
he
would be
have,
in this, like what you're trying to
how would
say.
he how would, like, right now, how crypto is making betterment to his life? That's what I'm trying to say. Like how would he be able to use cryptocurrency on a daily basis for his living? Like
So see, that's
with
what
what
it's
he does,
with what he
in
does.
his life.
Like now it's at a very early stage. You can say like it's like just like a like it's like in a really early stage. So by the time more like people like him or start getting into it, it's like going to be like a really simple thing. Obviously there's going to be like technology is going to be involved in this, and like mobile phones, and like currency would go digital,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's going to be pretty basic. Like it's either going to be like scan a QR code, or either going to be like put in someone's name, and you should be able to send them the money. like, but in India, I think it's like one of the UPI system that India has. Like, it's one of the greatest already. Like, people are able to do all of it with a very minimal charge. They are able to transfer money across mobile phones and mobile numbers. Yeah.
So, okay, but I think you get what I tried to do, like
See,
ask you
you
over
try
there.
to,
We
yeah.
haven't answered the question yet
No,
still,
so
like
so
you
so
know
it's
that
still so he
because
wouldn't have to. So that guy wouldn't have to store all that lakhs of money and like dig like in his
Arey,
house or in the
but then
cupboard.
that is so you're trying to tell the way he lives is wrong, like that whole concept of him going to a shop
Why?
and living with cash because you're introducing new things in his life, right? You're introducing like
It's.
how do I say this? So see coming back, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying correct. So you would like to be a pioneer in this, right? Like that is your whole thing of right now we're having this
I
conversation, right?
wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't
Like
want
no
to.
no you want to be like be part of that
Yeah, I
generation
wouldn't.
that is putting forward like making this go because it benefits like you see benefit from it. That was my whole point of getting it.
Ah,
Like
okay.
when right now like we both are talking about this, how do we benefit, like you get it, how do we benefit from this conversation because we like this is how the this is it's kind of what the society wants us to talk about as well. You get it? It's something that is still not happening and it's out there and we want to achieve it and anything, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the subtle art of like that in there, there's
You're
one
right.
thought that the act of like I think we've spoken about this, but yeah, uh, the act of accepting that you are in a negative situation, like the act of the act if you want to do an act because you're not in a good situation is the act itself that you're accepting that you're not feeling good or you're not in a good situation. If you have to do an act to do something, and the vice versa is accepting where you are, accepting how and where it is itself is a positive experience.
Right. Right.
And it depends on how that emotion, and please like this doesn't like it's your passion, like you get what, like I'm just trying to
I
like
know
see
you're
how
trying to
it
like,
personally,
yeah,
yes.
personally you're trying to push my buttons a little, get little more, dig deeper to from where
Exactly
I'm
to
coming,
you, like
which is
how
which is
it
cool.
makes,
Like, yeah,
yes.
what,
No, I want to know now, like
yeah,
exactly
obviously,
because
which
for
is like
me, how,
what, why
yeah.
is it making me tick? Like, why it's making me like, yeah.
Yes,
I,
why is it so important? Like, you get it? Like,
okay,
why it's
what I would
revolving.
say is like that book, that 21 lessons. It's like a fairly thin book. I think you would like finish it like in few hours if you had to, or maybe over this thing. Why don't you read that book and then we can have this conversation?
But then that's it now. I'll be influenced by that book, Marek. See, that's the whole point. That is the whole point. It depends what books we read to be influenced the way we
Right,
are,
right,
right?
right, right.
And then we cannot be like, okay, I read this book and that is, I feel right, so that is how the world should be. Like that concept is correct. I know what we are talking about, but then
Right.
when we speak this, and then uh, it's that what is that A wala line, bro? I forget. Like we
What
have to
difference
remember
does it
what we
make?
can. No, no, no. The Addicts Anonymous, the things that we should know, like what difference can we make, and the things that we cannot change. Something of that sort. Like the God give me,
Except,
Lord give me the
except,
serenity to
except,
accept what we cannot change, and yeah.
except what we cannot like. Give me
No,
the
give courage to
to
change
change
what I
what I
can
can
and
and accept,
accept. Yeah,
accept
it's,
the accept what I can't change or whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we just fucked up over here, like
Basically,
talking.
yeah. But I guess
Like,
like
yeah,
someone listening to this would probably understand what we are trying to get to.
yeah,
Give us the
100%.
Yeah, give us the courage to accept what we can't change and the strength to change what we can. I think. Uh,
I like now,
Maybe,
yeah, yeah, it's
but we
somewhere there
probably
only.
butchered it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
badly, badly. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Anyways, now
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are like
Anyways,
this
yes.
is the third book which I was saying, talking about which we dug like a pretty deep again. Uh, the fourth book. Let's see. Let's see. What was I reading? I think like from a like this is more on a business perspective kind of a thing. Like if you have to run like a business and like, or even like it's even like how you run yourself kind of a thing. But it is actually wait, no, I don't gonna say that. It's this book by a Japanese samurai, Miyamoto Musashi. It's called the Dokoto. It's just like 21
Oh
Rules.
yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I read your thing. But yes, please talk about it. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's just like 21 rules or principles that this guy wrote before his death. I think 2 to 3 weeks before his death, and it was written back in the 1640s or something like that. Pretty interesting of like how those things that were written back then also still apply, and like
100%.
yeah, that was
I heard your thing, the
yeah.
Kodo. Yes, I think that was one of your earlier episodes
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah. Just I just put it there. Like I was just experimenting with sound and stuff like that. I thought like why not do something like this, if it's like someone is going to hear it and maybe dive deep into it as well. And I think the last one, like since you put a series there, like Harry Potter or something, I think one of the first books, or not one, yeah, probably one of the first books that
Lord.
I read, and in terms of a series, is the Shiva trilogy
Oh, the
by
Shiva
Amish.
trilogy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Like, cause like I'm obviously coming from a Catholic Christian background, and then for me to like learn so much about these stories, and like also like about like the geography of India, and like how, and like what the past culture was like, and like how like like people don't see it, like I don't know, maybe they do, but like for me, like if I'm not seeing like India being like this wealthy rich, and like this, like it's all like all in the
Okay, yes, yes.
heritage, yeah, like all those parts, and also like just the story, and like just like how this guy puts in politics, and like the meaning of life, and all these different aspects to these stories. Pretty interesting. And his other series as well, which is ongoing now, the Ram series, which is, I think he's going to put 2 more books out there.
How
But
is
yeah,
that one? But yeah, the Shiva trilogy was amazing, dude. I read it as
yes,
well, and
yeah.
yes, it was good fiction. Yeah.
And the Ram one is also pretty interesting because he's taking this on a different writing style. So he's written the first book from Ram's perspective, and it ends at a point. Then he's written the second book from Sita's perspective, like of her childhood
Oh,
and all
okay.
this, and it ends at the same point where the Ram book ends. And the third one, he's taken it from Ravan's perspective, and like through his childhood and through his all this, and it ends at the same point where, or like all 3 books at the end at the same point.
And then the final book will be there
And then
somewhere later on.
then 2 more books are going to come out after that. Yeah. So pretty
Wow.
interesting how he's like. So basically, like it also like while. So if you're reading the first book and then you're reading the second one, basically you're like this sometimes like obviously Ram and Sita in the same setting.
Same thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. And
but it's like a different
yeah,
like a different thing that's happening.
perception.
Yeah, different like yeah action that's happening there. Really interesting. Yeah.
The observation point changes, na?
Right,
Physics,
right,
bro.
right.
Physics, everything changes in
And
the
even like
observation point.
like obviously like from like Ram's perspective in the book, I'm saying like okay, like or even from Sita's perspective, like Ravan is not really evil, but like you get what I'm saying, like the villain there, right? And like from his book, like what all he's been through, and like why he's doing the things that he's
Why he's
doing,
doing
and
for his
yeah,
sister, and yeah, everything, what he thinks is right for
yeah,
him,
what he
and
thinks
yeah.
is right, and like all that. So that like yeah, it's a nice, yeah, it
No,
pretty
no, no. I
interesting
might
of
check
how,
that out, man. I
yeah,
have
yeah,
not. Yes, yes.
yeah. You'll probably like his books are so well written. Also, you like probably consume that like yeah within few days, I guess.
Yeah, no, no. His style of writing is pretty nice.
And another thing that he touched upon is in one of the books. Actually, you're going to read it, so I'm not going to tell you. So, all good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll check out Paulo Coelho's the
Oh, dude, please. Yes.
yeah that one. What's it again? I'll
Manuscripts of Accra.
manuscripts. Yeah, that one, and the other one that you mentioned, the one with the
Aleph. A
Aleph.
L E P H.
Right, done.
Yes,
ELEPH.
yes, yes.
Yeah. What
Oh man,
plans?
this is yeah.
Yeah, what
Nothing,
plans?
just gonna grab a few beers probably.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
it's Friday evening, dude. Yes, I thought I wouldn't get drunk before.
Okay, okay. Yeah, this has been a good fun chat, no? Yeah.
Oh, this
Always.
is a good fun chat, dude. Yes, we should grab some more people next time, probably.
I know, but it's like all like even for me, like I mean, I still like wake up early and try to get
Oh no,
some
I
things
make
done. Yeah.
sense, man. Thanks,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
No,
I,
no,
I
no. That's
wouldn't.
nothing on you. Nothing on you. That's like just how I do it every other day. So it's like even if I was not going to be getting up early to speak to you, I mean, even if I didn't have to speak to you, I'd still be getting up early. So that's like
No, no,
that's
no.
just on me, like what I've been doing lately. But I feel like why I've been doing this. I feel like to stick to that Monday to Friday where I have to get up for work. I think if I diverge on a Saturday or Sunday, it just gets harder on the Monday. So I was like, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Just get up on the
Yeah.
same time every day. Basically, yeah, that's the whole reasoning. And I think like this was back when, fuck, I had like, probably like the first job that I did was like in the warehouse where I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get to work and stuff like that, right? And that really
Yeah.
like changed it like to like, okay, if I fuck up on the weekends, I'm going to be fucked on a Monday
Fuck
morning.
on the
Yeah,
Monday. Same here.
yeah,
I get you.
yeah. And then my second job was like a totally opposite time thing, like where I'm like starting in the afternoon, finishing late in the night. So yeah, so but that like all of that put together, like and then, like as soon as I got adjusted to that early mornings, I was like, fuck, I got another job and where it's like a completely different thing. And I remember in those early mornings, I used to come back from the job and then we used to play Call of Duty. Like I used to come
Oh,
back and you boys used
yeah.
to, yeah, because I think it used to be around like, what's the time now there?
It's evening. Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, because you boys used to go on playing till 12 in the night or something. For me,
Oh,
it'll
yes,
just be
yes,
like
yes,
early
yes.
afternoon, something like that. Yeah, good
It
fun.
was fun.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fun.
You still
It's
play?
been. Oh, now it's been some time, bro. Like since
Yeah.
I've got this other job and everything, I think it's been like not as long as you, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
of
been
course.
like
Yeah.
more than 3, 4 weeks.
What's it? It's what season? I remember. I can't remember. I think I was playing
Oh no, no,
season
you were
4.
on a different thing only.
Yeah,
Now
now it's
it's
a
a
totally.
Warzone, a Cold War Warzone, and
Okay.
then they started their own season 1, 2, 3, and it's on a
Okay.
different level. Yeah, yeah. That was
Uh,
one modern. You were playing Modern Warfare.
right. Now the new game was out, right? Cold War or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
And then they changed the name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, games are getting
Yes.
crazy like by the day, like video games and stuff
Oh,
like that.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
And yeah, coming back to it, like you should see like of how these new games are being built on decentralized platforms. Yeah.
Really, like, okay.
I'm being serious.
Like,
Yeah,
sure.
like yeah.
No, 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 I get it. Freelance work and like doing the thing.
Yeah, and like there's still like concepts giving like people can create their own kind of in like there's like the own kind of storyline kind of a way, but I've not dug deep into it, but yeah, like something on those lines.
No,
Yeah,
makes sense.
cool, Vivek.
So, yes, cool, man, Merrick.
We'll catch up. You enjoy your weekend. Yeah, same for me.
Definitely, you
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
This was fun.
This was fun. Yeah, we'll
Take care.
probably catch up
Yeah,
soon. Yeah.
yeah,
uh
man, will do. Hmm.
okay, talk soon. See you.
Talk soon. Ciao,
Bye.
ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks guys for tuning in. See you in the next one.